Daniel, what the fuck, girl?
Why go on when you give everything and face that which torments you, only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined? Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
It's not real. It's a trick. It's not real. It is real. Listen to it.
Yeah, that one's real.
Don't give up.
It's
Not like this.
It's not real. It is real. It's a trick. Don't trust it. Maybe you're already dead.
Who are you?
Do you still believe in me, Senua?
No, it's not. It's a trick. It's a trick. He's already dead. He can't be here. It's impossible.
Come to me. Please.
Listen to the voices for once. The trick, he's dead. Don't go.
The light. Go towards the light. It's him. He is. It can't be him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind. No, he's here. It's in your mind. It's real. It's happening. Go towards it.
I mean, I have no choice. I'm playing a video game here, but man, my girl is definitely not doing well. Way worse than she was before. I mean, dude, why would she brand herself like that with a freaking hot-ass sword? It wasn't even to cauterize a wound or anything. She just straight up tortured herself. Freaky, dude. I'm looking to see if there's a runestone. Don't mind me. Also trying to process everything that just happened, to be honest with you. Is that one behind me? Or is that smoke? I think that's smoke from the fire. Okay. I just wanted to double check. Sometimes games like hiding things behind your camera.
There it is. You're imagining things. It's Dylan. He's gone. He's gone. Slow. How could you? Keep going. How could you? Keep
Why was he
going.
fighting?
Ignore the pain. I told you it was the trick. I told you. Where are you going? See, there's nothing to follow. Come on.
Come on, Dillian. Either show yourself or don't. Oh my god, dude, look at my arm. The rot, the darkness rot is like up to my elbow by now.
Before she first
Was that me, or is that because she
not
fell
in a
into the
good
water?
place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father's in-bell made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out on the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
Where did he go? Again, also looking for lore stones and stuff, so ignore me. Oh, there he is. There he is. That's a cave over there. The boy kind of wants to go investigate. Is this going to be a dead end, or is this the way that the game really wants? Ooh, hello. Hello, mother. Hello, mother. How are you?
Senua, there will be times that you will feel alone and exhausted, like a strange little fish swimming against the tides of the big ocean. But have the faith to let go and let the tide carry you away. because the whole ocean is your home, and it does not ask you to swim against it.
Okay, mother. Sometimes you just need to let go. See, instead of fighting against it, just let it take. Realize that you don't need to fight. Perfectly normal the way it is. Something of that nature. I don't know. I'm not that profound.
It's already disappeared. Nothing lives here, not even you. It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in your mind.
You get yourself? You get yourself?
There he was.
Ah, way too small.
Figure of a boy.
He's there, under the tree.
Swordplay under the shade of a tree. She remembers the first time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing, and the world danced with him. The gloom lifted, and for the first time in years she felt a ray of hope.
You have to keep Dillian going. You keep going.
I'm going voices. Hush. The music though. With the vocals.
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out at Sigmund's touch. His brother-in-law, King Siggeir, wants it, but Sigmund refuses him, so King Siggeir plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, but when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Siggeir captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution.
Oh, that's it. Okay. So I'm assuming I missed two, since like it keeps on going around the circle and stuff like that. I'll have to do a cleanup run eventually. See if I can find those wherever they may be. Alright, so there's a door up over here. There's a ladder over there? Why? Yeah, let's go to the door first. We'll probably have to explore this area. That might have been why. Oh, hello. Oh, hello.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant with honey. Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain.
Restarted it. My bad.
But
I thought it was over at the one of the last lines.
Sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? Well, that night, when the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
That's where it ends. Okay. Interesting. Is this where that ladder leads? There is a ladder there. Interesting. Alright, let's go up these stairs then. Like I said, we'll probably have to discover more stuff around this area. We might as well. Let's come up here. Dude, our girl is not doing well. She is mighty rough right now. Okay. I figured we would have to focus on that. Not so much the case this time. Huh. A boat out in the distance. I was wondering if it was moving or if it was just static. Oh, there's another lore stone over there. Okay. We'll get there in a minute. Girl, you ain't jumping that. Shut the fuck up. Don't look over it like you're gonna jump down. You and I both know what the hell's gonna happen there. Alright, well, that was kind of useless to come up here. Should've just stuck with my original path of exploring and looking around. I'm assuming it's red because I have to go to the tree first to get that story part, and then we'll come back. I don't think there's anything that we technically need to discover or anything like that. Oh, is that why we needed the ladder? That's why we need the ladder. She can't cross the water, I'm assuming. It's either too deep or she has a fear of water. Okay. I see. Girl, you need yourself some medicine. That side cannot be hurting for the rest of the game, you know? I need to be able to run and move full control. Alright, let's see if I remember where that stone or that lore thing is. There it is. Found it. Don't see any others.
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund. So his sister hatches a new plan. One that is cold of heart and pure of blood.
Birth one of his children and have them murder him. A dastardly scheme. At least like the ship graveyard over here. What's the point of coming over here? It's like another way to go. Oh. Why do I keep on missing like obvious ways that we can go? Feels like the environment is changing on me, but at the same time, I'm probably just ignoring stuff by looking around so much. And yes, I do know I'm going backwards. Wow, could I have really skipped the whole... I could have skipped that whole thing. Interesting. Obviously, I wouldn't have gotten that lore stone, so it's not worth it. But, you know, options if you're trying to speedrun this game or something. I think we were stuck here, right? I don't think even if we go this way, we could get across because of the rocks. So we're pretty much stuck going up over here. I'm just making Senua run around like a goober. It's just like burned face, rot on her arm, her abdomen is probably throbbing. And I'm just like, doop doop doop, looking for lore stones, don't mind me.
Day after day, watching from afar, she mimicked him,
Perfecting her own secret dance. Wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
I was wondering how she learned to fight, but I guess that explains it.
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir. But But luck is not on their side. They're captured, and Siggeir has them buried alive.
Slept with her own brother? I'm not a fan of that. Listen, it may not, well, it's clearly taboo because, you know, she changed shape to do it, but
It's not real.
I don't know how you get that past your mind. Why is that your first option? Oh, it's clearly gotta sleep with my brother. Could have slept with anybody, gotten pregnant. Sent that kid out. No, had to be the brother.
What is she following? You can't even fight. It's just deception.
How does he so effortlessly court the world and bliss? If only she could do the same.
This is about to be real fucked up.
Eyes anew and dance with it, just like he does.
I don't think Senua gets this kind of happiness. This is about to be real fucked up. I'm a little afraid for our baby girl over here. She's about to get some trauma.
What's your name?
Senua,
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zenua's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one.
Well, I watched you, and
You learned all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dilly. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who is supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are.
You killed him.
But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
Won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Shut up! Dillion? Is that you? I'll find you, my love. I promise.
Dude, these guys like whisper yelling in my ear is driving me bonkers. It's awesome, but like chills. Also crazy how we like take the perspective of who she's talking to sometimes, like seeing her from the other side almost.
She met him by the tree. Maybe it's a sign, the tree. What's he trying to tell you? He's waiting for you by the tree.
That's gonna mean something soon. Clearly not now, though. That means something. I will definitely take this one. That is next in line. Cool.
As Sigmund and Sinfjotli are being buried alive, Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound. Hidden in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of Odin. They cut their way out of the grave mound and set fire to Siggeir's hall. The king burns to death. Sigmund calls to his sister to come out so that she may live and be honored. She does come out, but only to tell him the truth. That she had slept with him, her brother, to beget a strong avenger. I am not fit to live, she says, and walks back into the fire. Strike vengeance from your heart, Senua, as there is always a heavy price to pay.
I see the point in the story. See? I get it. I get it. Revenge bad. You know. Is it always? Can it just be simple revenge sometime? Alright, let's listen to this last part. This should be the finale to this section before we go into wherever else it's going to take. Designated by these dots that are around.
And here is the end of Sigmund's story. He was a fierce and great warrior who fought many battles. But one day, an old man came onto the battlefield. Although shadowed by a hood, Sigmund saw that he only had one eye. The man raised his spear, and Sigmund struck at it with his sword, but the sword shattered into pieces. Sigmund then knew that this was Odin, and thus that victory could not be his. He bowed his head and accepted his end. Dying, he tells his wife that she is with child, and that her son will one day make a great weapon out of the fragments of his sword. The sword named Gram.
I know this stuff. I feel like I should know this stuff. I'll keep the sword named Gram in mind for the next set of stories. Maybe it will explain something a little bit more. Okay, we're under the tree now. What the hell is this? This is what's been flashing that whole time. The sword. Sword of Gram.
Take it. A sword. Take it.
Sword of Legends.
Take it. Take it.
Why?
It's a trick. It's coming from there. Where's it coming from? She's done something.
What's happening?
Senua, imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gram. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gram by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands where you will face the trials.
Interesting. Like, again, I reiterate how it's interesting how she will look at the camera, meaning that we were who she was talking to in her head. It's kind of
It's not safe.
funny to watch her watch me.
Go. Come on. What can you see? You can see.
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
Am I supposed to do something?
I don't
No.
recognize this place. Where are we? Where is she?
It feels wrong. Where are we now? Burial mound.
This is not where I had left off.
So strange that we
Right.
go to such lengths.
Clearly, we
bury
need to go up
death.
there. But I'm just going to take a look around.
Something so very
Exactly why we take a look around.
inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death because we have no answer for it. But when it comes and forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, then comes the reckoning.
Feel the dead in the air. You can feel.
Senua, you remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman warrior. Her name is Hervor, the daughter of a berserker born after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons. When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him, but above all, the sword Tyrving.
Okay. So the burial mounds, sword Tyrfing. Is that what we're doing here? I thought we were trying to get Rom. Why are they telling me about this other sword though? I'm confused. I must not have followed something. Again, big old dumb idiot brain over here. Can only follow one storyline at a time. Well, I guess we'll figure it out. All I know is that we're going through the trial so that we can get the sword that can slay a god. It's enough motivation for me. I really had to wonder if the actress who portrayed Senua and the voices got some kind of award. Was nominated whatever year this game came out. Because, goddamn, her performance is phenomenal. I really hope it didn't go to someone who, like... It probably did. Someone who's just, like, blase.
Go in. You have to go in. Take the torch. It's too dark. Take it. This will help you. Careful. You have to be able to see.
Who's there?
Where the hell am I? Way too dark in here for my comfort.
I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember?
Is there a way to light up each of these rooms?